everyone. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day here and making some really good trades as per usual. Let's dive in right into some analysis right here. So Bitcoin, again, very choppy, in a very choppy state. I'll dive into the smaller time frame, so this is easier for you to see. But Bitcoin is really struggling here. It's very choppy. It seems like it's unable to break out, right? And we broke down from this 50-minute down upsloping trend line. We're kind of going sideways since then. Now we've tagged this bigger upsloping trend line. And again, this is nothing very complicated. No Elliott wave analysis. It's just very basic TA. You have an upsloping trend line and you're bouncing off of it, you're bouncing off of it, you're bouncing off of it. But now you're going to tag this other trend line, this downsloping one, right? That's been basically since the all-time highs, 109,000, resistance, 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 and we're gonna see who wins, right? Who's gonna win, the shorter term one or the longer term one? In my opinion, I think you're more likely gonna break down, and it's not what anybody wants to hear right now. Everybody wants to be bullish. The markets want to be bullish. The markets want to go up. The markets don't want to go down, right? But the thing is we have to take a look at the bigger picture. The bigger picture is when you look at the weekly time frame, we did get a weekly cycle correction, right? We did break down from it. We broke down from it, and unfortunately, we weren't able to sustain above it, right? And we're kind of retesting it as resistance right now. So if it doesn't hold up, then you're going to see Bitcoin coming down to much lower price. Now, a very messy chart, just like basically, if Bitcoin breaks down, you're going to take another leg lower. And it's pretty simple. Like, to kind of do like a measured move of where this is going to go, you need to think about if Bitcoin breaks down, it could come back down to the 56 to the 36. And it's, again, it seems almost like unthinkable that this could happen. Now, I don't even think that that's a realistic scenario. I have much shorter term targets where, like, we would tag, if anything, it would come back down to the 70s and maybe even the 60s. And then we would see a rally from there. And we'll trade from there, right? But this would be a disaster if that happens. Now, the bullish case is that if Bitcoin is able to take out these highs and, create bearish divergence, then that's beautiful. That's what we want to see for a low. You want to see an impulse. You want to see a 1, then a 2, and then a 3, 4 to 5. You want to see an impulse off the lows. A lot of people are forcing labeling right now. Be like, oh my God, it's bullish, it's bullish, it's bullish. And then they're forcing all these labels. But the thing is we've been getting connector waves all over the place. We're getting being 3-wave moves, 3-wave moves, 3-wave moves up high with no divergence, right? And we kind of ended this move here again with some divergence. So now it's getting a little bit interesting. Is this an A, B, and a C? We're going to get another leg higher, and that leg is going to erase divergence again. I mean, that would be a tremendous pump. If that were to happen, if Bitcoin were to just start pumping here and you erase divergence, again, it would still be a 2, right? But you would have a massive pump that everybody thinks is this is it. We're breaking out. But you gotta be really careful right now. That's all I have to say. So you're hammering on this 4-hour RSI support. If it breaks, you're more likely going to break this upsloping trend line and start to head down, right? Then you take a look at the 12-hour time frame. The 12-hour time frame just confirmed a red dot here. You confirmed a red dot. Now you have bearish dual band strength index numbers. The daily time frame went from pretty bullish to now kind of like flat to neutral, right? 8 and an 8. It's very neutral. Doesn't really know where it wants to go. The weekly is still bullish, right? The weekly is still bullish, but it's a slow-moving beast. 4-day time frame, very bullish. The 3-day and the 2-day are very bullish as well. So you have some large time frames supporting your back. It's just the things are moving slowly, and they're shifting underneath our feet. But the one thing that is looking pretty decent is the 4-hour with the green money flow. That's looking pretty good. The only thing that's kind of suffering right now and lingering is that 1-hour time frame. It's lost all of its green money flow. It's been diminished pretty tremendously in this chop, and then now you're back at the 0 line. So you're kind of like at this weird phase where Bitcoin is in decision mode, if it's going to break down, if it's going to break higher. Again, the Qs today were rejected at my short area, and we've gotten a pretty strong reaction from it. So this is not looking too good. Now, if we can get a rally back up and retrace some of the move in a wave 2, it would give a chance for Bitcoin to maybe get another leg higher as well. But again, there's no guarantees in this market. There's no guarantees ever in this world. So you want to be careful. You want to be careful. You want to trade smart. I do have Bitcoin in a possible 1-2 as well, right? Because now that we're kind of just chopping about here, I can definitely make an impulse off this first swing down, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with divergence. Now we'll need to see where this wave 2 ends, and if we're going to get another another move down, because this could easily extend all the way back up here, right? Very quickly, just to do some quick, target calculation, you could see if you just bring this to the highs, you have a target between 88,000 to 88,400 essentially, right? So sorry, not 88,400. I think that would be too high. That would take out this high somewhere like this. A very tight range, very tight area to look for a short opportunity, right at 88,100. So right around here is where I would look for a short. If you guys want to get access to my trades, the link's in the description. I always post some updates on X, so if you guys want to follow me on X as well, the link is in the description. And we'll take a look at wave edge to see what's going on, if we have any larger time frame signals, right? So let's take a look at the weekly, the 4-day, the 3-day. The 4-day has all these green crosses, right? So could a low be in? A 2-day, daily, 12-hour. Oh, there you go. 12-hour, you got a red cross here. You got a red cross on this candle. Again, it hasn't confirmed yet, but it's there. 7-hour, you can see some whales were selling at the highs. 4-hour, 1 hour. You got some distribution going on. In the 30-minute, you got some dip buyers coming in. It's pretty interesting. So are we going to get another leg higher, or is this going to break down? Which one is it going to be? It's the $1 million question right now, because we gotta. If it starts to move higher, you're gonna start surging. You're gonna start surging, and you're gonna take out the highs here, and you're gonna blast off. But if you're gonna start to break down, then it could be a complete disaster, and it could start a wave of panic selling, because now you're not only in a bear flag, you're in this wave 2, and the next move that follows is a wave 3 towards the downside. Again, a lot of people will be in denial. The bull run's still here, right? The weekly cycle has broken, right? You can make the case, oh, it's still here. Okay, sure. Now you're fighting to stay in it, but we're going off the previous. We're going off the previous supports that we've had, right? Which was this one, and this one almost faked us out. It almost faked out everyone right here, in this dip. But it remained above, so you were still okay. But now you have 5 waves out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you're breaking down now. It's very unfortunate that we're breaking down, but you have to be, honest and say, like, okay, if it's breaking down, like, do I really want to stay in this? Do I want to stay, long? Should I be taking profits? You can do whatever you want. I've already taken profits on my long already. Like, it ran up, I took some. I closed my position. Like, it's been a great trade. It was a great trade. Right? We made over 30-something% on this trade. And if it wants to break back down, then hey, be my guest. I'm ready for that move too, right? But we've also have some bullish signs here that we did break the daily cycle higher, but it could also come all the way back down and just grind on this. So we'll see. Anyways, that's it for today, guys. I don't want to bother you anymore. I'm done with the updates for now. I'll keep you guys up to date if anything else comes up. So if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the chat or just join our Discord, whatever you want. Peace.